Hello and welcome to the Pudong Football Stadium in Shanghai for this meeting in the AFC Champions League Elite. We're in the East region and it is Shanghai Port against Johor Darul Ta'zim, the reigning champions of China and Malaysia respectively, and a couple of clubs with high ambitions for this new campaign in the AFC Elite, a new look competition, and they're looking to make their furthest ever progress in Asian football's showpiece tournament. Shanghai Port certainly hoping to make a splash. They are back in the AFC Champions League for the first time since 2020. Last season they were eliminated in the playoffs, and so they've already outperformed that, and they qualified directly into the group stage this time around by winning the Chinese title last season, and they are in the latter stages of their quest to do so again. Shanghai Port juggling two competitions very much at the moment. They are, unlike most teams, nearly at the end of their domestic campaign, and they do have a 2-point lead over their local rivals, Shanghai Shenhua, at the top of the table. So looking to become back-to-back domestic champions and looking to make a strong start tonight in the AFC Elite. Enthusiastic support ready to welcome the Shanghai Port players, and they're going up against a confident opponent. Johor Darul Ta'zim have won 10 consecutive titles in Malaysia, and they've made a strong start to the new campaign as well. 8 wins and 1 draw, and they've won their last 3 games domestically 6-0, 6-1 and 5-0. So no shortage of confidence for the visitors from Malaysia in this evening's game. It is the last game in the opening round of fixtures in the new look AFC Champions League Elite. We've seen some great action over the last couple of days. Plenty of goals, plenty of attacking football as well. I think we can very much expect Shanghai Port to be on the front foot in this one. They will be the favourites playing at home. They've got an excellent record in continental competition with 20 games unbeaten at home. A travelling band of fans from Johor, hoping though for an upset. Would it be an upset, really? Very much established in this competition, Johor, and with some reinforcements as well for the new campaign. We'll run through the full team news very shortly, but they have brought in a handful of players of Johor who will be in action tonight, notably a batch of Spaniards, including a debut in goal for Andoni Zubiaurre, the former Real Sociedad goalkeeper. He will be the last man in defence for Johor today. A real sprinkling of international talent throughout the squad, led by the Argentine-Venezuelan coach Hector Bidoglio. Shanghai will very much lean on their roster of talented Brazilians, none more so than their captain, the veteran playmaker Oscar, who's having another fabulous season. Oscar, in 24 games in the Chinese league, has 11 goals and 17 assists. Many of those have been delivered to the frontman Gustavo, another Brazilian who has 19 goals in 23 games domestically, and will now be looking to make his mark on the continental stage as well, as Shanghai Port start their AFC Champions League Elite campaign with a visit from Johor Darul Ta'zim, the champions of China up against the champions of Malaysia. All the action coming up from the Pudong Arena. Shanghai Port's best ever appearance in this competition was back in 2017, where they reached the semi-final. They would be delighted to get that far again in this new look competition. There is Oscar, the captain, one of the most celebrated players in Asian football history. 7 years he's spent now with Shanghai. And there's a solid batch of local experienced players, especially in defence for Shanghai Port. None more so than the 35-year-old Sang Lin Peng. Still going strong. We're expecting to see him lining up at right back today. It is an all-Chinese back line protecting the goalkeeper. Another legend of Chinese football, Yan Junling, who spent his entire career with Shanghai Port. He'll be hoping most of the action is at the other end today. Our on-field officials today are from Oman, led by the referee Ahmed Al-Kaf. He'll be joined in the VAR booth by Mashari Ali Al-Shamari from Qatar, as the players go through the pre-match formalities. And we will take a look at the starting lineups. Firstly, Shanghai Port, with that attacking quartet of South Americans. There is a debut for William Pop, a new signing, 30-year-old, will line up alongside his compatriot Gustavo. Look out as well for Matias Vargas, 11 goals and 10 assists for him so far this season. That's in domestic competition. This, of course, the first continental game. One familiar name only on the bench today for Shanghai Port, and that is Wu Lei, a legendary striker, all-time leading scorer in Chinese football history, only among the substitutes, and that allows William Pop to make his debut. Oscar and Nacho Insa are the respective captains today. Posing for the pre-game photos as we take a look now at the Johor lineup. There are two debutants today. In goal, Andoni Doronsoro Zubiaure, and in defence as well, the South Korean Park Jun-hyung, playing for the first time. Up front, look out for another recent signing, the Colombian Jorge Obregon, only playing for the second time. He made his debut at the weekend and scored twice in a 5-0 victory domestically. So a fine start for him. A slight surprise that the main man up front, that is the Brazilian Bergson, he is only named among the substitutes today for Johor, as with Wu Lei, two prolific goal scorers only on the bench. Bergson has started the Malaysian season on fire, 10 goals in 7 games for him. So added firepower for the visiting coach Hector Vidoglio from the bench if required. There is Obregon, I mentioned him, the Colombian, 27 years of age, making just his second appearance for Johor. Scored twice on his debut. As we get a good look at him in Asian football for the first time. And so we are underway. The visitors looking to launch an immediate attack. With Juan Muñiz, one of the many Spaniards in the ranks for Johor, unable to keep the ball in. They also have Iker Undabarrena, the goalkeeper Zubiarri, Eddie Israfilov, Oscar Arribas, and Nacho Insa, all with Spanish football links. Undabarrena and Israfilov are only playing their second game for the team tonight. This will be kept in by Arribas, playing at right back, forward from Park. No doubt Johor will try to keep the game quiet early on, just settle into it, and not allow Shanghai to build any early momentum. Pressure applied on the debutant goalkeeper, Zubiarri. Shanghai Port will look to push the game high up the field. You already see there's not too much intent from Johor to win the ball high up the field. They're happy to sit a little deeper. Good battling away there by Arribas. Loses out eventually, though. There is the Shanghai Port coach, Kevin Muscat, experienced figure who's been in charge since December. Already seeing how Johor are trying to break the game up. Foul that time by Murilo Enrique. Oh, lovely nutmeg from Muñiz, who continues to run. Goes for goal, very ambitious in the end from Muñiz. A long way off target, but it was an enterprising run by the former Sporting Gijón player, who's in his second season with Johor. The referee already asserting his authority. I think he's sensing that Johor have come here to break the game up and slow it down. It's nicely helped on by Oscar, and well worked. And it's going to be a first shot, and it's just wide. Great run from Matias Vargas after linking up with Oscar. Vargas wasn't too far away from finding the top corner there. Can expect to see a lot of that. Vargas from his starting position on the left wing, drifting inside. He and Oscar together have 22 goals and 27 assists in the Chinese league so far this season. Foul this time awarded for the challenge on Murillo. Taken quickly by Insa, and Israfilov back to Zubiarri. already seeing, though, that possession is likely to be dominated by the home team. Another free kick conceded there. As Gustavo tried to control. They had the debutant Park all over him. No hurry at all for Zubiaurre to restart the game. Plenty of red shirts pushing forward to win the ball back high up the field. It's Lee now. Another appeal. This time waved away as Gustavo went down. Insa. Murillo looking for the run of Obregon, who's very much the lone man up front. And he's working hard as well. He'll have to do a lot of that, will Jorge Obregon. Wearing the 99 shirt. He spent the last 3 years in Croatia with Rijeka. Again, we see that high press from Shanghai Port. They've got another free kick. There's William Pop, who was being held there. Taking charge of the set piece, as ever, is Oscar. Looking deep where Bao had just pulled away, but has to settle for the throw. Now it's with Pop. There'll be another throw in. Bao Ximeng hasn't played too often this season for Shanghai Port. Only his second start as he drifts that cross towards the back post, but it's picked up and taken away. The run from Arribas. Brilliant tackle, though. Coming in from Li Shuai. Looking to get on with the game quickly. Vargas clipping it over into the run of Pop. But beyond him. Debut today then for William Pop, 30-year-old Brazilian who spent last season in Thailand with Muang Thong, where he scored 31 goals. Looking to make the most of his first start today in the absence of the rested Wule. There he is controlling. Works it inside with the help of Mateus Jussa. But given away now. Picked up initially by Murillo, but he can't keep it. Now it's brought away by Pop. Laid off by Gustavo. And worked out by Jussa for Vargas, who is offside, much to his frustration. I think he's more annoyed that the pass didn't come a bit earlier. You could see him gesticulating, then made the run, and that took him offside. He wanted it played a couple of steps earlier. Did Vargas. Murillo. A bit of possession for the visitors with Insat, but dangerously Arribas being closed down, and it's won back again by Shanghai Port with Lee. Initially making good headway. Is that going to be a corner? Yes, it is. Zubiaure can't keep it in. Corner taken quickly, and it's attacked by Gustavo, but just out of his reach, and now a counter-attack being led by Arribas. Work back comfortably to Yan Junling. So just past the 10-minute mark, and Johor will be pretty happy so far. They've restricted Shanghai Port to just one goal attempt. That was the 20-yard effort from Vargas that curled narrowly wide. Zubiaure without any really serious work on his debut yet. Murillo well challenged there. Or not. The referee judging that to have been a foul by Bao. And rightly so. On viewing the replay, not much contact with the ball, if any. Lining up with a back five today, Johor, with Israfilov in the centre of the back three, Park to his right, and Shane Lowry, the Australian veteran, the left-sided centre-back. Look for the wing-backs, Arribas and Murillo, to try and support the lone frontman Obregon whenever they can, but it's been nearly all Shanghai Port possession so far. It's Vargas. Now, is that going to be a free kick? It is. I wonder if there's going to be a yellow card as well, because Pop was running towards goal when he was pulled back, and indeed it is a booking for Murillo, who seemed to believe he hadn't even committed a foul, never mind a yellow card offence. Don't think he's going to talk his way out of it. Although, to be fair to him, it did look as though Pop ran into him as much as anything. So perhaps slightly unfortunate Murillo. He'll have to spend the rest of the game on a yellow card. So a free kick for Oscar. Tries to slide in the pass. The layoff for Bao was a little short. Knocked behind for a corner by Muniz. So it'll be Oscar again, out-swinging delivery. Met well by Obregon. Given away, though, and is that a foul on the edge of the area? Play allowed to continue as it's crossed into the area by Leo Cittadini. Deflection behind for a corner. So more work for the Johor defence. Done a good job so far. Have to stay focused, though, as once again Oscar prepares to deliver. Plenty of movement from Gustavo. Now it goes short. Back to Oscar. Whips it in. Met by Murillo. Try again once more with Oscar. Nice pass to Leo. And it'll be another corner. Shanghai Port continue to press. And it's another short one to Matheus Jussa. Oscar. Can he work his way into a shooting range? Maybe Matheus will. He lifts in the cross. It's headed down to the edge of the area where no one's on hand to attack it. But then there is a push. And that spell of pressure on Johor comes to an end with Obregon. He was caught in a bit of a sandwich there after the header by Insa. It was a shove by Matheus Jussa. And Obregon needing a while to get back up on his feet. See there the man marshalling the visiting team today, Hector Vidoglio. Been with Johor since 2022, both as coach and a spell as technical director. Born in Argentina, but played internationally for Venezuela. Spent time with the legendary Argentine club Newell's Old Boys earlier in his coaching career. Israfilov to Zubiaurre. Up for Obregon, who looks to be fine after a little knock. Is Nacho Insa. Park. Back to Zubiaurre again. Forward from Lowry. Now the header from the Aussie, giving Obregon something to chase. It's not easy for not easily dealt with for Shanghai Port, and an opportunity now for Johor to come forward. Obregon very isolated, holds it up. That pass is a little short and will allow Lee to race forward. Unable to connect with Gustavo. Johor continuing to frustrate the hosts, having plenty of possession, but mostly in harmless areas. Had that flurry of pressure from set pieces a couple of minutes ago, but from open play they've been able to create anything. Now they will look to do so with Vargas winning it. Got Oscar ahead of him. Steps inside, and it's through now for the run of Pop. Can he finish? Good goalkeeping by Zubiaurre, who initially looked like he was going to be beaten. The flag does go up for offside in the end. The first time they've penetrated the back line, it was offside. Clever pass poked through by Leo Cittadini. Pop just beyond the last man. Alert goalkeeping though by Andoni Zubiaurre. Bao can help that back to his goalkeeper. Bao playing at right back now. There was a very late change to the starting lineup from Shanghai Port. Initially, Zhang Linpeng was named as a starter. We'll come back to that because here come the visitors. Can't quite fashion a shooting opportunity, and there is a foul there by Lowry. As I was saying, Zhang Linpeng was initially in the starting 11, but seems to have suffered an injury during warm-up because he's not even on the bench now. And Jiang Guantai has been promoted to the starting 11, so he's playing in the centre of defence alongside Wei Chen. There is Wei stepping in with the header. It's Insa nodding it down for Park. Insa in a bit of trouble. Just about able to escape it. And now Israfilov sending a very good long ball for Arif. Arif Ayman, we've not really seen anything of him until now. A good run down the right there though, and wins the throw in high up the field for JDT. Israfilov to Lowry. And again, not taking any chances in possession at the back. They're happy to return it to the goalkeeper whenever necessary. Well, now they do take a risk, though, with the pass out. Just about sees Insa play the ball forward, and now he's Obregon. Can spread it left, looking for Murillo. The header back is a risky one, and the chance is lofted over the top by Oscar Arribas after the poor back header from Bao, selling his goalkeeper short. The first sight of goal for Johor. And maybe that will spark Shanghai Port into life as we reach the midway point of the first half. They've been a little off colour so far. It was a silly foul, really, by Vargas. Mikel Undabarrena wasn't really going anywhere here, and Vargas just running into him. Undabarrena making just his second appearance for Johor today. Here he is on the ball again. The layoff from Arif is just about good enough to find Arribas. Lowry has it blocked, but it falls to Insa, who controls neatly. Park can go back once again to Zubiauri. Looking long for Arif, who feels that he was elbowed off the ball here, and he was, according to the referee, an arm to the face. Is punishable with a yellow card for Wei Chen. He was being outpaced here as they ran onto the long ball, and he did flick his hand into the face. Only the hand rather than the elbow, which is why it's just the yellow card, but he knew he was being beaten in the foot race there. Did Wei. So he takes the yellow card, and Johor have a rare set-piece opportunity. Maybe they'll be able to test Yan Junling for the first time. Lowry and Park have come forward from the back. We are just having a brief pause here. I wonder if the referee is checking with his VAR assistant that it was only a yellow card offence, which is the conclusion. Play will continue now. It won't yet, because the referee's going to try and sort out some pushing and pulling. Lowry unhappy with the attentions he was receiving from Bao. Plenty conversation, and now we will be able to continue, and it's into the heart of the area, but too close to the goalkeeper, taken by Jan, who wants a quick release and goes long. Looking for Pop, but comfortably dealt with. Park, Insa, combining. Srafilov to Lowry. Looks like it could be offside against Murillo, and it is. But Johor will be happy here. They've restricted the home team to only one real goal attempt, and that was from long range. Nothing on target yet from Shanghai Port. She's picked up here. Oh, and then Lowry off the ball on Gustavo, blocking his run. Another incident for the referee to deal with. Don't think there's going to be a yellow card shown by Ahmed Al-Kaf on this occasion. Gustavo here, blocked by Lowry, clearly. Something we see increasingly in football. Defenders blocking off the ball runs intentionally. Rightly met with the free kick, which Oscar will take. Not a very good delivery away by Obregon. Everybody is back for Johor. Here's Lee. Vargas. Opens it up for Oscar. Gustavo in the middle waiting for a cross. Oscar will wind his way inside. Holding off the attentions of Muniz. In the end, Murillo was fouled, was he, as the cross came in? Stood his ground and took a bit of a shove in the back, which sees another Shanghai Port attack just fizzle out without any end product. Long from Zubiaure. It's picked up well by Jusa, and now on for Pop. Well challenged by Israfilov. Goal kick is given. There is a penalty appeal from the home side, but more in hope than expectation, I think. It was a good run and a nicely timed pass, but Israfilov just standing his ground there. A little bit of contact. The referee not even slightly interested in giving a penalty there immediately, signalling there was no foul. Helped on to Murillo, who was being fouled. Happy to slow it down. Murillo was looking interested in taking the free kick quickly there, and Muniz just stepped in and said, no, let's just keep it slow, take our time. Here's a heavy touch that Vargas can pick up. Now the ball into Gustavo, nice control, laid on for Oscar, helped on now, and across the face of goal from Leo Cittadini. Looked rather tentative, as though he wasn't sure whether to shoot or find a teammate. In the end, he did neither. Ending one of the most promising moments so far for Shanghai Port. Oscar helping it on unselfishly when he could have taken a shot on. Not quite sure what that was from Leo. They get it back now with Pop. Leo to Bao. Leo again helping it inside, but in steps under Barrena. Gustavo. It's under Barrena again. Now Muniz. Two Spaniards combining in midfield, and that's a tidy pass on for Arribas, and now it can be helped forward by Obregon, looking for Arif Ayman. Strong defending from Wei, who does have to be a little bit careful. He's been booked, remember. Did enough there. That's well anticipated by Park. Obregon going down, but play allowed to continue. It was initially because they had possession, but I think they'd rather have the free kick, and that has been given to Johor by Ahmed Al-Kaf. After Obregon was caught by Leo Cittadini. Johor continuing to play the game at their tempo. And bit by bit becoming more of an attacking threat as well. Another free kick for them to take here. Muniz wants a go on goal, and it's not a bad attempt either. Juan Muniz with the first effort on target. Pushed away a little awkwardly by Yan Junling. Looked very ambitious from at least 30 yards out, but it was struck well by Muniz. Moving around in the air as well. Had to be watched carefully by the goalkeeper. Insa. Under Barrena for Park. Looking more and more confident, Johor. As Arribas drives inside. Looks for the pass, and it very nearly ran through to Obregon. Well, the first 20-25 minutes, Johor were content to play a containment game. Defending deep and playing with caution on the ball, but they're starting to express themselves a little bit more now, as Vargas looks to combine with Oscar, as they so often do, to good effect, but he was overhit on this occasion. Here's Insa, asking Obregon to run on. That's well watched by the goalkeeper. Yan knew he had to come well off his line there. It does seem, though, that both Obregon and Arif have the pace to really trouble the Shanghai back line when they push high up the field. We've already seen Wei pick up a yellow card for blocking the run of Arif. Obregon looked like he had the legs as well there on Jiang. Here is Obregon. Couldn't quite control, and in stepped Wei. Now Bao. Well, that pass just another indication of how things aren't firing at the moment for Shanghai Port. Been a frustrating opening 35 minutes for them. They'll start from the back with Jiang Guangtai. They've descended all the way back to the 33-year-old goalkeeper Yan Junling with more than 400 appearances for Shanghai Port. Gustavo can't control. Stepping in was Mundabarena. Well, that's a foul. As Mateus Jusa leaps all over Muniz. Took a heavy landing as well. Treatment required all round. Clearly was a foul though by the Shanghai Port player Mateus Jusa, who's been a real mainstay this season in midfield. 23 appearances, 20 of them starts in the domestic championship. I think it was Muniz who took the bigger punishment there, with the firstly the initial challenge and then the opponent landing on him. Substitutes looking pretty relaxed at the moment. We saw Bergson, the striker for Johor, has been a regular on the score sheet over the years for them. More than a goal a game, in fact. 110 goals in 105 games for the experienced striker. Might see him in the second half. Might see Woulet as well, having another phenomenal season for Shanghai Port. It's Johor on the ball, dictating the tempo, really controlling the pattern of play at the moment. The two injured players waiting to come back on as it's stabbed inside by Murillo. Jiang clears away. Jusa and Muniz return. And Murillo looks to make headway. Gets in a decent cross, but Yan is able to gather, and now they'll try to counter. Vargas. Flicked on for Lee. But there's very little support. Even if he'd been able to keep the ball there, Oscar was the only one within 30 yards of him. It's just a lack of cohesion from Shanghai Port in their attacking play at the moment. Obregon being a little too physical in his attempts to hold off Jiang. This referee not one to take any nonsense from anyone. With a point to Kevin Muscat, the home team coach, saying, "I saw the shirt was being held. I'll have no more complaints from you." It's Jiang. It's back then for Wei. Mateus Jusa. Leo Cittadini. Pop. Bow. Breaks down once more without team being able to pose a threat in the final third. Plenty of food for thought for Kevin Muscat. Approaching a year in charge. Had a successful time of it so far, especially domestically. Closing in on another Chinese title. Now it's won by Leo Cittadini. He can find Oscar. This is threatening. Four in the middle. Oscar. There. Now even he is having an off day so far. That expression really sums up this opening 40 minutes for Shanghai Port. The crafty right boot of their captain. Unable to do anything other than sail the ball high over his teammates' heads. Zubiaure kicks long. Header well won by Jiang. Dabarena leaping in, but beaten to it by Jusa. Now Vargas controlling, but forced off the ball by Park. Bao can pick it up. Nicely inside by Pop to Jusa. Well stepped in again, though, by Park. Back five have done an excellent job for Johor. Oscar. Bao ahead of him, and it's inside now for Vargas. Another good challenge. Lowry on this occasion. Well, they're winning all the 50-50s at the moment, Johor. Come here looking very organised. And increasingly confident on the ball as well. They did have an interrupted build-up to the game due to bad weather. They had to delay their flight over. Not as much time to prepare as they would like, but you wouldn't know it from the way they've gone about this game. It's been very methodical and composed and organised. Far away from getting into the dressing room with the stalemate intact. Way for Oscar, drifting over to the left this time to try and start to link play up, but every time it comes forward from Shanghai Port, there's a Johor player there. On that occasion, again, it was Park, who's been very solid on his debut, the South Korean. Now Vargas, can he spark something? Lovely ball on for Oscar. Is this the moment for Shanghai to break through? No, because it was a rare, heavy touch from Oscar as he broke into the area, perhaps caught in two minds whether to go for goal or to square it. And in the end, it was this next touch here that was too heavy. And at the second attempt, Zubiaure was able to gather it. Just got away from him. Oscar, he made the run into the area. Couldn't decide what to do next. And they remain without a shot on target. There's Nacho Insa, veteran captain. He doesn't do much running these days at the age of 38, but happy to pull the strings just in front of the back four. Or the back five, I should say, on this occasion. Muniz finds Park, moving the ball with confidence. Obregon dropping deep into a bit of space. He's got Lowry to his left here. Long passing sequence from the visitors, the longest of the game, I'd imagine. And it continues now with Park finding Arif. He'll have a run. He's quick and he keeps going. Arif with the strike. What a goal! Brilliant from Arif Ayman, and Johor have the lead. It's been a very confident first half performance, and they've grown into the game as we've neared the interval, now taking full advantage of that long period of possession with a beautifully executed opening goal. Arif with the run, nobody challenged him, and then what about that finish, hit with power and precision. No chance for the goalkeeper, and Arif Ayman sends Johor Darul Ta'zim into the lead. joy for the travelling fans. Celebration for the 22-year-old. Already won 30 international caps. He's been an important player for Johor for a while now, despite his relatively tender age. He's got 6 goals this season, and there found the net with a beauty. We're into added time, and a surprise is on the cards at the moment. Johor heading towards a fabulous result in Shanghai. The home team will need to desperately improve after the break. They've not found any flow against the well-organised Johor defence. Not even managed a shot on target. They now find themselves behind as well. .90 seconds then for the host to respond before the interval, but at the moment there's no sign of that whatsoever. It's Johor looking comfortable. Undabarena battling away, able to find Murillo, helps it forward for Obregon. Murillo runs onto it himself and keeps going. And still, is he going to have a strike? He is. Well, no harm in finishing the move. You see there, I think it was Muniz arriving asking for a cross, but Murillo had made such headway himself. When you get into the area, what coaches want you to do is finish the move. So he was perfectly justified in taking on the shot. Got a problem here for Eddie Israfilov, who seems to be feeling the pace of the game and the heat of the evening as well. It was 28 degrees at kickoff. Maybe feeling the force of Gustavo Enrique as well. Seems there was an off-the-ball collision between them. That will add a few more seconds before the referee can blow for half-time. But Shanghai Port looking a bit demoralised at the moment. The body language is rather negative. Doesn't take long though for football to turn things around, and Pop will try to do that. The keeper can come out and grab the loose ball in the end. Zubiaure protecting his goal, not appreciating the challenge that he took from Oscar. The referee again in no uncertain terms telling him, I've got this under control, leave it to me. Will probably take us to the half-time break. Andoni Zubiaure continuing his discussions with the referee, but he'll be very happy to have kept a clean sheet so far. Oscar has been unable to inspire Shanghai Port on this occasion. It was a wonderful opener from Arif Ayman to give Johor Darul Ta'zim the lead at the break at the Pudong Arena. The home team have really struggled. They've had plenty of possession, but they've not troubled that man yet. The debutant goalkeeper, Zubiaure, has comfortably kept his clean sheet. As we reach the interval with the scoreline, Shanghai Port 0, Johor 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, the score at halftime is Shanghai Port FC 0. Come and walk, or if you have been. Along paths yet to be charted. Come see what you've never seen, and feel welcome you've never felt. Welcome to a journey you've never imagined. Welcome to Arabia, Saudi.
We start with the AFC Champions League Elite, a competition worthy of the continent's most enthusiastic fans and top-tier clubs. Our top 24 teams will clash, highlighting the best players from Asia and the world.
Built on the foundations of past heroes, a new beginning has arrived, uniting Asia's football powerhouses. 24 of the elite teams from 2 regions battle for supremacy to be crowned the ultimate champions. AFC Champions League Elite.
Now let us turn our attention to the AFC Champions League 2. This platform offers a thrilling stage for established clubs to battle for a coveted title with a pathway to excellence in Asian club football. Get ready for electrifying matches and fierce competition where every victory paves the way to unimaginable heights. This is the AFC Champions League 2.
On the way to the top, rivalries are born. New heroes emerge, paving the way to glory. 32 clubs battle it out from across Asia. AFC Champions League 2.
And now we introduce the AFC Challenge League. This platform serves as a launchpad for budding stars to shine on the continental club stage. Witness the passion, the grit, and the raw talent of 20 aspiring teams representing. Champions League. For the first time ever, Asia's top 12 women's clubs will converge to showcase their talent and compete for ultimate glory. This is more than just a competition. It is a powerful symbol of innovation and inclusivity, inspiring generations of female athletes to chase their dreams and write their own stories on the pitch. This is the AFC Women's Champions League.
Breaking new ground for women's club football in Asia. 12 best teams, chasing greatness, inspiring generations in a fierce contested competition to crown the best in Asia. AFC Women's Champions League.
This is Asia.
AFC has reaffirmed its commitment to maintaining the highest officiating standards by implementing the video assistant referee (VAR) system across its revamped club structure for the 2024-25 season. The purpose of the VAR will be to rectify clear and obvious mistakes in match-changing situations based on the principles and philosophy of the laws of the game. The VAR team supports the decision-making process in the event of a clear and obvious error or serious missed incident in relation to goal, no goal, penalty, no penalty, direct red card, mistaken identity, when the referee cautions or sends off the wrong player of the offending team. Stationed in the video operations room, the VAR team will have access to all camera feeds and will automatically check every match incident. In the event of a clear and obvious error, the VAR communicates with the referee immediately, after which the referee will signal and check by pointing to their ear to indicate that the restart of play is being delayed. The VAR can suggest a review, but only the referee can initiate the review by signaling the outline of a TV screen. The referee always makes the final decision, but can be supported by the VAR in two ways: using the information received from the VAR for factual decisions, or personally reviewing the incident at the referee review area for decisions that require an interpretation.
Welcome back to the Pudong Arena, where we're ready for the second half of this AFC Champions League Elite contest. It's Arif Ayman who's the hero so far for Johor Darul Ta'zim. They have the one-goal lead over the hosts. Shanghai Port will look to bounce back in the second half, and they need a much improved performance. They didn't even manage a single shot on goal in the opening period, so the Chinese side looking for much better. See there the captain for the visitors, Nacho Insa, encouraging his teammates to maintain their discipline and organisation and hard work that they showed in the first half, much to the delight of those Johor fans. We're ready for the second half. So Shanghai Port will look to quickly find some rhythm. That was something that was absent for them throughout the opening period. See if there is anything changed tactically. No substitutions at this point. And an early miscue there between Vargas and Oscar. I think they're going to have to step up, both quiet in the first half. An early knock here for Insa, who seemed to be caught as he played the ball away. The referee, Ahmed Al-Kaf, just going over to check on the visiting captain, who's helped to his feet by his opposite number, Oscar. Certainly in Johor's interests, of course, to slow the game down and break it up whenever they can. There's Oscar and Vargas helping on for Gustavo. There's a firm challenge, but a clean one coming in from Israfilov. And now a break. Offside, though. That's frustrating, as it was fed on by Arif to Obregon. Close, very close. Arif again leading the break, the goal scorer, and now it's carried on by Lee. Well blocked at the near post by Israfilov, but Vargas will try and send it back in, asking for a handball, but Park clearly had both arms close by his side. It's won back by Oscar this time, and he can try again. A bit more intent from Shanghai, and the shot coming in terribly mishit by Mateus Jusa, but at least it's a shot from Shanghai Port. We didn't see many of those in the first half. It was a firm but clean challenge by Oscar. And then it was set up nicely for Mateus. The Brazilian couldn't keep it down. Maybe an early sign of promise, though. Arif, this time forced off the ball. It's lofted on for Vargas. Oscar, here's danger. Opens it up for Pop. He wants to get a shot away, and it's followed in on the rebound by Gustavo Enrique. And within 3 minutes of the restart, they do get back on level terms. And it's the main man in attack, Gustavo, who was in the right place to follow in the shot from Pop. And it was well saved by Zubiaure. But a simple enough finish for Gustavo. No question of offside. The goal will stand. Maybe Zubiaure will just be a bit disappointed that he pushed the ball straight in front of himself. Goalkeepers are coached to push it wide if they can't hold on. But the shot from Pop forced the save that he could only palm straight for Gustavo Enrique. And that was the start to the second half that the host needed. Gustavo on target 19 times in the domestic league this season. He has played in this competition in the past for his former club, John Book Motors. It's his first goal in the ACL Elite for Shanghai Port. They hope it's the first of many. Clear foul there by Leo Cittadini. And Johor just need to settle now. They did so well in the first half, but the nose is in front. They'll just to take the sting out of the home team. But they're in, well, they were nearly in trouble again there because Gustavo was running through. However, the referee has whistled a foul with, I think it's Undabarena down. I know it's Lowry who was barged off the ball. Experienced Australian. 35 years old now, and this will help. Not saying it's deliberate by Lowry by any means, but it will help just break up the rhythm, slow the game down, and try and stop Shanghai Port from establishing the high tempo they want to play at following the goal. Stretcher bearers are out, not sure they'll be needed. Referee telling them to go away. The home supporters less than impressed with Lowry needing the treatment, but certainly happy with that strike from Gustavo. His last goal, Gustavo, in the AFC Champions League, came back in August 2022 when he scored for Jeonbuk Motors against Vissel Kobe. So back on the score sheet with an important one in the opening game of the new look AFC Champions League Elite. Will it be the springboard for a second half of success for Shanghai? Insa caught in possession by Oscar. Threads it on, looking for Pop. Doesn't quite found him. Insa this time is able to squeeze the pass away to Park. But there's a look of greater intensity off the ball. I think that's what sparked the improvement for Shanghai Port. We saw not long before the goal when they had a chance after Oscar flew into a challenge and won the ball up high, won the ball back high up the field. So often in all sports, the philosophy is that if you play well without the ball, it leads to good things when you have the ball. And that increase in intensity has served Shanghai Port well in this second half. There's a foul by Murillo, who's on a yellow card. Has to be a bit careful. Again, we saw how quickly they restarted the game with that free kick, the home team. And now, stepping in to win it is Wei, finding Oscar. Good block by Arribas, but they win it back quickly again. There's just a totally different look about Shanghai Port in this second half. Vargas. To Leo, work wide to Bao, back now to Jusa. Leo with the shot that was well blocked by Israfilov. Look at this run by Obregon. It was a good attempt, but just held off in the end. And forward once more come the hosts. A mix-up between Lee and Gustavo. Read that attempted dummy by Oscar, but Vargas this time quickly winning it back. Again, it's one back. Fed inside by Oscar, just beyond Pop. Well, it'll be fascinating to get the comments later of Kevin Muscat, the home team coach, but I would wager he told his players at half-time, be better off the ball. win it back quicker, put them under more pressure, play at a quicker pace. Certainly a much more uncomfortable game. Again, you see they get a foot in and win it back there. Here's Vargas. A much more uncomfortable experience for Johor in this second half. Obregon is trying to give some respite here with the long crossfield ball to the scorer. It's a good one as well. Arif, can he make something happen here? He's into the area. Arif scores again. What an incredible night for Arif Ayman. With Johor's first attack of the second half, he has restored the advantage. They just wanted to relieve the pressure when Obregon sent it long. But Arif Ayman had a lot to do. He did it brilliantly. Stepped inside his man. And then the finish was outstanding. Weisen was the defender who just couldn't get enough on the attempted challenge. Arif was past him, and then look at the composure on the finish. His opening goal was hit with power. This one was deftly cushioned inside the post. And Arif Ayman, the hero for Johor Darul Ta'zim. One goal towards the end of the first half, another early in the second, and they're back in front. What a topsy-turvy game this is turning into. Looks like Park is down injured. But they're happy the play continued. There were literally two players in the attack. Firstly, Obregon receiving the ball in his own half, just holding it up. It looked rather hopeful as he sprayed it 50 yards across field. Arif, though, was able to do the rest. He scored 3 goals last season in the AFC Champions League. Did Arif. 2 tonight already. But Shanghai Port looking to bounce straight back. Here's Vargas. Good looking cross. Insa with the excellent header away, though. We've got a fascinating final half hour or so ahead. Shanghai Port once again looking to come from behind. Vital that they maintain the same intensity off the ball that had led to their strong start. Here goes Arif again. This time Yan is able to come off his line. But Arif Ayman is the only Malaysian-born player in the starting 11 for Johor. Their captain Nacho Insa is also a Malaysian international, but he was actually born and raised in Spain. He has Malaysian grandparents, which is how he qualified to play for Malaysia, and has made a home in the country, but not born and bred. It's only Arif in the starting lineup, and he's doing Malaysian football proud tonight. Now Obregon has gone down. And it must be time for Hector Bidoglio to start thinking about changes. His team are going to have to do a lot of running in the next half hour. Obregon, we'll see whether he's able to do any more. He's onto the stretcher, and I think the referee will be mindful of Johor trying to play for time here. That's not what Obregon is doing, though, because a clear signal coming that he will have to be replaced. I wonder if that will be the signal for Bergson. to enter the action. Let's see what happened to Obregon. Well, no contact. He just went down off the ball. Maybe heavy cramp. He's not played much recently, only his second appearance in all competition for Johor, who are down to 10 men at the moment while they work out the substitution. Oscar works it wide for Lee. Back to the captain. Helped on for Vargas, who wants to shoot. It's blocked by Park, continuing his fine debut. And Murillo will carry it now. He's got absolutely no support whatsoever ahead of him. Arif is slowly arriving now, but Murillo has done brilliantly there. That was the best he could hope for. Carrying the ball 50, 60 yards and winning the throw. And it is indeed Bergson who comes on, so not a bad substitute. As Obregon can't continue. It's the Brazilian Bergson who is the main man up front for Johor. He's got 10 goals in 7 games in domestic competition this season. Now that's one back by Jusa, and Oscar helping it on for Gustavo. 1 goal to his name already. He steps inside, but he's outnumbered in the end. 3 yellow jerseys converging on him, and it can be gathered by Zubiaure. Bao and Zhang combining. Now Pop. Wonder how long it will be before Kevin Muscat turns to his bench, and in particular Wu Lei. I don't know if he's got an injury or just been rested, but he'd be a perfect replacement. Goal poacher supreme. Oscar. Lovely turn. And somehow squeezes his way through to win a corner. Arif just took a little bit of a kick there, but no free kick, and Oscar wants to take it quickly. In the end, he waits for the whistle and now floats it in. It's by the head of Under Barrena. Vargas gathers. Pop can give it to Leo. Vargas crosses too deep for Gustavo. Hooked high by Arribas. Even the bounce was high, but it falls now for Gustavo. Oscar. Great challenge from Arribas. Just wanted it more there. Came away with it. And it's helped on to Bergson, the substitute. Fresh legs for the front man, and he holds it up well. Now Muniz. I'll just play keep ball for a minute. As Insa. Arif. Arribas. This is exactly what Johor want. A spell of possession. Keep the ball and just allow themselves to feel a little comfortable in the game again. Something that really hadn't been the case in the opening 10 minutes or so of the second half. Bergson looked offside there, and he was. Here's Vargas. A little bit of space as they back off, and Oscar can send it on to Lee. Vargas. Leo. Pop has support from Bao. Everybody back for Johor. Shanghai Port trying to pick a way through, and it's come to Pop. Out to the edge of the area, where the shot is going to fall now for Gustavo. He can't fashion anything on the turn. Still not clear as Bao brings it down for Pop. And a miss-hit shot in the end from the Brazilian. He would probably be the one to make way for Wu Lei. It's the decision from Kevin Muscat. Zubiaure told by the referee to get on with it. Short for Park. Arribas, dangerous. Trying to win the free kick, and just about does so. We are going to see a double change, and it will be Wu Lei. Also, the introduction of Fu Huan. Along with Wu Lei, all-time leading scorer. In Chinese football history. Vargas and Li are the two to make way. So we'll see whether Fu Huan is a like-for-like replacement in the left-back position. Normally plays on the right, so we'll just see. Might be a change in shape as well. As Jusa is penalised and earns a yellow card for that aerial challenge. Yeah, it seems that Pop has moved over to the left-hand side of midfield with Wu Lei over on the right. Layoff by Bergson there, who gets it back again. And Fu Huan is indeed on the left-hand side of defence, so playing on the opposite side of the back line than he normally occupies. Barena with a nice pass on for Muniz. Barena can take it on. Bergson, well challenged by Jusa, finds Oscar. Now Leo wasn't aware that the challenge was coming from Arif, but he was too heavy with that. And Shanghai Port want to get on with it. Past the midway point of the second period now. Come from behind once, they have to do it again, and there's a good ball from Pop, just too far ahead of the run of Wu Lei. Israfilov back to Zubiaure. Feel there might be quite a lot of defending required from Johor in the final 20 minutes or so here. They've really very rarely attacked in this second half. They're on the back foot again here. They're going to have a lot of clearances like that. Bergson's going to have to chase a lot of lost causes, I think, up front on his own. I say they barely come forward with any real meaning in this second half, Johor, but the one time they did resulted in that outstanding second goal for Arif. Well brought down by Pop to win the throw, and a clever quick throw in as well for Gustavo. Waiting for support. Substitute Fu. Looking for the return pass. Is that a foul? It is. From Arribas. It was outside the penalty area. Nice early sign of intent from Fu Huan, the substitute. Brought down as he raced towards the byline. And so Oscar will be very much interested in this free kick. First, though, we're going to have another change for Johor. Feroz Baharuddin is going to come on. And that will be to replace Park, who is a debutant today, hasn't played much recently, and maybe that's some cramp for him, wouldn't be surprising. He's had a good debut. But on comes Feroz. The 24-year-old has been a regular starter domestically this season. He'll take his place in the back line. Starting with this free kick. Will Oscar go for goal here, you wonder? It might be one of those from this angle where he looks to whip it in towards the far post. If it gets a touch, great. If not, it might just deceive the goalkeeper anyway and fly in. Oscar instead plays it low, and it's a ricochet, and then finally fired in brilliantly. An acrobatic finish from Pop on his debut. He's got Shanghai Port back on level terms again. It sat up nicely for him, and he threw himself at it with his left foot. And William Pop, having had a hand in the first goal with the shot that was saved for Gustavo to convert on the rebound, now has got the second for himself. Clever free kick that caused a bit of panic in defence. It was actually the first touch from the substitute, Feroz, who could only send it up in the air, and look at that for an acrobatic finish. A touch of samba soccer from the Brazilian William Pop, becoming an instant favourite with the Shanghai Port supporters. A goal on his debut, and this back and forth game takes another turn. We're going to have another substitution with Wang Senchao ready to come on. That will be in place, it seems, of Bao Ximeng. So it could be another defensive reorganisation. Wang into the action as the fourth change for Shanghai Port. The third change, excuse me. Oh, and there's a collision here that the linesman has had to intervene on. Arif is down with Fu Huai, the home team substitute. The man involved for Shanghai Port, leading to a bit of a scuffle here. Well, there didn't seem to be too much in that, to be honest. Just a collision. I don't think there was any real aggression from Fu. The referee seems to have it all under control. He's going to have a word. If anything, I think Arif maybe, just from that one little replay we saw, perhaps pulled him to the ground. The referee seemed to be saying to him, I saw what you did. Don't do it again. Swiftly and well dealt with by the referee. Here's Arribas. Now, where did Johor go from here? Do they try and score again? Push players forward in search of a winner, or do they take what they've got, having led for so long twice? They would be perhaps frustrated to only come away with a point, but from here, 15 minutes to play, away from home, it wouldn't be a terrible outcome. I feel it's going to be mostly Shanghai Port pressure. There's a substitute, Wang, has gone over to the right back position as a straight swap for Bao. Again, back to Jiang. Wei. Jiang once more. There are still 3 substitutions available for Johor. If the coach, Hector Piroglio, wants to bring some more energy. We just saw there under Barrena stretching. He's another one who's not played much recently. Might be suffering from a touch of cramp as well. Arribas inside for under Barrena. Just able to ease away from a challenge. And finds Arribas. Insa under Barrena, doing a good job of keeping it. Johor. Striding forward now is Israfilov. Arif, the 2-goal hero, gives it away this time. A little bit of risk taken. Trying to give himself another goal-scoring opportunity as Leo Cittadini wanted a bit too much time on the ball. He's the latest one with cramp. Final game of the opening round of fixtures in the new look AFC Champions League Elite. We're in the Eastern region. 2 teams with ambitions to at least progress to the knockout stages early next year. Shanghai Port are going to have to make a couple more changes. Their final 2. Feng Jin and Chu Chin will be coming on. And after being fouled then, Leo Cittadini is one of those who will be forced to make way. We'll find out who the other one will be as Chu enters the midfield in replacement for Cittadini, and there is Feng Jin entering. And it's Pop who is replaced. The man who scored the equaliser a few minutes ago. Now this one is going to run on for Wule, and it's Fu, cut back, looking for Wule. Not quite in his stride. Bergson going down, but don't think there was a foul there. Bergson staying down, and I think it's fair to say the home fans don't believe he's too badly hurt. Bit of game management going on perhaps from Johor. There didn't seem to be much in that. Bergson kept chasing the ball. Did get a free kick for it in the end though. Shane Lowry is in no hurry to take. Now he sends it long, flicked on by Bergson. Johor Darul on this occasion. And here's the substitute shoot. And the other new arrival on the field, Feng, will cut inside. He's replaced Pop on the left wing. Wang for Oscar. Wu can't keep it. Jusa flies into a challenge which the referee rules as a fair one. Murillo carries it away and is able to win a throw, and he's got a smile on his face. I'm not sure he had the final touch there. He's happy to see the throwing given his team's way, and now it's Insa, the latest to go down with cramp. He's taking his armband off in a way that suggests that the captain won't be able to continue. He's ready to hand it over. 38 years old now. Here's Nacho Insa, and his place will go to Heberti. Also got Matthew Davis ready to enter. But not yet. Zinsa gets himself up to swipe it forward. He'll have to rise for a header here. He's going to go down again now, and that foul will be the signal for him to come on. He gestures to the bench, come on, make the change, I can't carry on. Got a bad shoulder to go with his cramp now. But still, he's going to have to stay out there, much to his disgruntlement. He'll be hoping the ball doesn't come near him too often. He's got it at his feet now, and there was a foul by Mateus Jusa, who has been booked, and that's why I think the Johor players are particularly keen to protest to the referee, asking for a second yellow card there for Jusa, who has escaped that. It looks like it could be a triple change. We have Hong Wan also ready to come on. Israfilov is taking the armband. There's Matthew Davies. So he comes on, as does Hong Wan. Munif and Lowry are the others to make way. So Munif, Lowry and Insa off. Davis, Heberti and Hong Wan all entering the action. Will it be enough for Johor to survive these final 5 minutes plus added time, of which there'll probably be at least 5 minutes. So we've got another 10 minutes of action here. As the ball is played on dangerously, Jan has to come quickly off his line and is alert. Haberti is going to play as a more advanced midfielder, although I don't think he'll be too advanced for Johor at this stage. The other two new arrivals are in more defensive positions. There is Haberti. Flicks it inside well to Undabarena. Now Hong. It's a poor pass though by Feroz. Gives it straight to Wang. Sets across field to find Oscar. Dangerous ball into the box. Feroz with the header away. Now Haberti will try and buy time. Buys the free kick. That was good, strong play by the Brazilian. Yeah, grab of the shirt there from Fu Huan, who has now been fouled by Bergson. Here's Wang. Wu Lei, he'd prefer to see him closer to goal than that. Now he sets off towards the penalty area. The ball returns to Wei. Space for him to advance. And still, they invite him to bring it forward. Wang with the cross, it's too deep. And the sail well beyond everybody. Took a defensive touch on its way out. No, it didn't. I was wondering where that touch was from, but I think that was perhaps Feng trying to convince us that it should be a home team throw. Now there's a bit of time wasting, which the referee is quick to jump on. Matthew Davis, who took his time and then walked away from the throw-in. Now Arribas, flicked on by Bergson, but pumped forward now. Gustavo giving chase. Davis appealing for it, but it'll be for the home team. 2 minutes of normal time to play. Oscar. Bit of time for Wei again. Picks out a good pass. It's clipped into the area. Goalkeeper comes and gets it. Zubiaure doing well. He's in no hurry. Foul there by Bergson. Organisation so important here for Johor. Two of the back three have only come into the game in the last few minutes as substitutes. Feroz and even more recently Davies. So they've got to stay disciplined positionally. As the overlapping run is made by Wang. Crosses deep. It's a tumble by Arribas, no foul. Now there is. Actually, it was Undabarena who initially went down hoping to get the free kick. Didn't get one, but then Arribas did. It just did seem to be clipped there by Feng. Once again, the referee trying to encourage the Johor players to hurry up with the game, but soon find out how much is to be added. Wouldn't be surprised if there's 7 or maybe even 8 minutes to go here. It's been a second half of Stoppages, injuries, substitutions, a bit of time wasting as well. 7 minutes it is. So that's how long we have to try and find a winner. It looks as though it would be Shanghai Port if that's the case. They're the team with the initiative, pushing forward, but they're not creating anything at the moment. And you never know, Johor have some fresh legs on as substitutes to come forward when they get the chance, maybe. But it's Xu now who goes down. No free kick. Davies has to be careful. Finds Arribas. Prodded on by Bergson, who can get it back now. He's trying to buy a free kick here, but he doesn't get one. That was strong play by Wei. And Oscar. Gustavo and Wule in the middle. As Oscar dances past a challenge. And another great run. And the shot is not far away. Magnificent play from Oscar. Trying to win it single-handedly. Beat 2 men. And then a third. And then the shot, looking for the power drive into the far corner. Just past the post. Fabulous try, though, by Oscar. Who hasn't really shone today, but certainly showed his class there. Will they get another chance to win it? It's the first ever meeting between these teams. It's been a very entertaining one. As now Heberti goes down. They've made all their substitutions, so they'll have to hope he's okay to continue. Well, there doesn't seem to be too much in that challenge from Mateus Jusa. Gustavo and the referee seem to be exchanging a joke about it. I think Gustavo feels some exaggeration going on from his compatriot. Heberti back on his feet now, and Kevin Muscat not impressed. Very contrasting emotions from the coaches. Hector Vidoglio pacing up and down, living every kick of the ball. Kevin Muscat just wants the game to restart. Lifted forward by Israfilov. Rising is Bergson, can't quite make anything of it. Gustavo with a lovely flick, and Wule too heavy, just intercepted by Israfilov, who's now coming away limping as well. Heberti is back, so they're up to 11 again. As it's lofted out for Oscar now. Oscar sends in the cross. It comes back to him. And he was caught there by Heberti, who will receive a yellow card as well. So well into stoppage time. It's going to be a free kick for Shanghai Port. Not too far outside the penalty area, and most probably in shooting range for Oscar. Tried to continue after the contact. No advantage, and the referee not only blows the whistle, shows the yellow card. So it doesn't favour the right foot of Oscar, but he does take charge of pretty much every set piece. You'd be very surprised if anyone else manages to bypass him to take this one. And he'd be surprised if it's not a shot. A 4-man wall being built by Zubiaure. Could try a decoy. Everyone expecting a shot. There are 6 men in the middle for Shanghai Port, 2 more on the edge as well. But it's Oscar with the dead ball. Goes for goal. Off the wall it comes. Bergson celebrates as though he just scored the winner. And there's a couple more minutes to go. Trying to summon extra energy from his teammates as Oscar swings it in. Away by Undabarena. Back to Oscar. He's got support from Jusa. Takes it on himself. It'll be another corner as it comes off the shoulder of Bergson. He just tries to make sure the referee doesn't question it with his VAR official. Jiang and Murillo just getting a word from the referee as well. Can anyone in a Shanghai Port shirt get their head on this delivery from Oscar? Five in the area, 6 in the area for Shanghai Port. It's Roulet who rises. It doesn't quite reach Gustavo. It's going to come back to Oscar. Clips in the cross. It's deep towards Gustavo. And then it's clawed wide by Zubiaure after Jiang tried to cushion it home. The last minute of added time, nearly a late winner. There might yet be, because there's another corner. Shanghai Port pushing hard here for victory. Jiang, who came close there, is drawing all sorts of attention inside the 6-yard box. Everybody else bunched up around the penalty spot. We've got past the 7 minutes of added time. We'll have a little bit more as Oscar waits for the signal to take it. And now he delivers. Stabbed away back to Oscar. Good ball in. Just too deep for Gustavo, though. And is that going to run? It is. And that could well be it. As the ball goes out for a Johor throw-in, they might have enough here to come away with a point. The referee motions for Arribas to get on with it. We've had nearly a minute additional to the 7 additional, and that is enough. The full-time whistle is blown, and it is a point apiece from this AFC Champions League Elite first matchday meeting between Shanghai Port and Johor. You can see from the reaction on the visiting bench that they are the happier of the 2 teams, even though they twice led. Shortly before the half-time whistle, the opening goal came. A fine individual effort from Arif Ayman. Early in the second half, it was Gustavo who equalised, and Shanghai Port had the game by the scruff of the neck at that time. Now then, out of nowhere, it was Arif again, getting his second goal. It looked like it might be the winner for Johor, but Shanghai Port did, in the end, rescue a point with a goal acrobatically dispatched by the debutant Willian Pop. And so, in the end, a game that really could have had all 3 outcomes ends up with a point apiece. Full time here at the Pudong Arena. It is Shanghai Port 2, Johor Darul Ta'zim 2.
进球还是特别开心的。当然还是能够希望给球队带来一场胜利。也感谢队友一直以来对我的一个帮助。当然，自然而然这个进球也会对我今后带来很大的一个自信心。
从比分上来看，这是一场势均力敌的较量。你认为这场比赛会对接下来的亚冠精英联赛有何帮助
？Como o resultado dos animativos jogos significa hoje realmente nível, né, do time e depois você achar esse resultado qual é a referência para próximos jogos de Champions Elite?
Claro que dentro de casa a gente tem que sempre buscar os 3 pontos. Hoje a gente conseguiu 1 ponto. Claro que a gente fica triste, mas a gente não pode descartar esse 1 ponto, que lá na frente pode ser muito importante pra gente. Todo mundo deu o seu melhor, todo mundo viu, a gente deu o máximo, mas infelizmente a gente não conseguiu ganhar o jogo, mas tenho certeza que a gente vai melhorar para os próximos jogos.
其实我们在主场作战嘛，还是很希望能够拿下3分的，但是今天也是很遗憾，打平了比赛，只拿到了1分。然后，但是今天我们所有人也算是拼尽了全力，每个人都特别的努力。然后，希望接下来的比赛中，我们每场能够发挥特别出色。
谢谢波波。Greetings, Arif Ayman. It's the first game of Asia Champions Elite. What do you think this game was won and lost?
First of all, I want to say Alhamdulillah for this tonight. Yes, tonight game very difficult for us. No matter what happened, we give our 100% and our sacrifice, our character. No luck today because we target to win and then we get 1 point. We can continue for next game.
You see, it's a tight game. What are the difference between Asia Champions League Elite and the Malaysia Super League?
Yeah, ACL Champions League is high competition. I saw my dream to play this stage. I work hard. I really sacrifice everything. I want to play high stage, and so far I will work hard to get more better than before.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.